Hi travelers, Tara here, and I'm coming to you today with a general reading for October 2016 for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and the messages will not resonate with everyone, so you perhaps should go back and view your Moon and Rising sign. There may be messages for you there, or if you are dealing with someone who is a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, there may be some messages here about them that might help you. Um, for those of you who are interested in perhaps booking a reading with me, you can go to the little eye that's usually in the right-hand corner of each video. Click on that link. It'll take you directly over to the site, not only for tarot card readings, but the other services that I provide. I do ask, if you are interested in booking, that you please read the page on the important booking information, because it will tell you everything that you need to know. You don't need to send me an email. Just read that and follow the instructions. It's very simple. Let's see. I'm going to be bringing a new website. I'm going to separate out my tarot services from my metaphysical services. That is why I'm late in getting these readings out. I'm finishing up some new certifications for some new services I'm going to be providing. I'm not going to tell you exactly what those are yet, so I've got to figure out what to do with them and how to place them. Keep in mind that these messages, as I said, will not resonate with everyone. In order for me to give you any clarity on your own personal situation requires a personal reading. And what happens is I take your birth date and your sun sign, and I meditate on the cards based upon the questions that you send or that you ask. And in that way, I can give you more specific information as it relates to your situation. This won't always do it for you. So I did some pre-shuffling of the cards. I just did a very, very interesting, the last, I don't know, 2 readings that I've done and posted have been very, very, I don't quite know what the word is I'm looking for. They've been different. I do feel that with Jupiter moving into Libra, Libra is all about beauty, harmony, love. Libra is the house of marriage, is what it's traditionally known as, but it's also the house of open enemies. And to me, Libra, in terms of representing those one-to-one relationships or marriage, is really about the surface, the outside of what the relationship looks like or how it functions from an outward perspective. The real work of marriage is done on the 8th house, the house of Scorpio, because that's where sex, the division of property, division of duties, insurance, alimony, tax, mortgage payments, those things are taken care of in the 8th house, and those things typically happen behind closed doors. So that is really where the work of relationships come into play. So I've been seeing that there's going to be a lot of change coming about. I feel the energy in one respect is very harmonious right now, but underneath the surface, there's a lot of change coming about. And you know, I don't know how this is going to play out. So I think there are going to be some not necessarily revelations, but there's going to be some new way of looking at things, doing things, some new ideas and concepts coming about as they pertain to relationships. And I mean all relationships, work, familial, with your children, your parents. There's going to be something new that's happening here. Now, I did some pre-shuffling of the cards before we got started, and 2 cards did fly out. I'm going to turn those over in a second. Just remember, again, that this is general. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for October 2016. Let me put a good shuffle on these. I've been a bit perplexed by what I've been seeing in the cards for the other signs that I've done so far. I've even been seeing this in some of the personal readings that I've been doing for people. Just some strange energy. Okay, I have the Ace of Pentacles flew out. That was first. And then I have the King of Wands. Let's put the rest of the cards down and see what they have to say. the High Priestess, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Star card. The Hermit, the Seven of Cups, and then the Six of Coins with the Fool card. So right off the bat, I have three major arcanas. I have the High Priestess, the Star, and the Hermit. And the major arcana cards have more weight in terms of the influence that they have over the reading. Okay. Right in the center, I have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is our focus. So it touches every, it has bear on this situation as well because it's in the center and it touches every card. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, for some of you air signs, you Geminis out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you're going to be dealing with either a fire sign or an earth sign individual. I only have one Cups card here. And if this is a fire sign individual, I see that there's a new opportunity. Past, present, and future, past, present, and future. Here on the vertical column on the left, the past, I can see that one opportunity disappointed you. You were disappointed. Three of Swords. And this has caused some of you to go into the space of the Hermit. And the Hermit is not only someone who has withdrawn from a situation, but they've done that because they really have to get in touch with what's going on inside of them. This is also something that a spiritual lesson that needs to come about for them. You know, what's interesting is that I have these two characters here. And they're both very, very introspective characters. Okay. Now, the High Priestess is someone who we can say is very present in the sense that she's out among people. She's out in the public. Okay. She knows things, but she won't always tell you. Okay. She kind of plays her cards close to the vest, but she's very, very knowledgeable. She can speak to someone who's extremely smart, very, very studious, but she doesn't always share what she knows. Okay. If she has to first feel that you are quote unquote worthy of knowing what she knows. But then we have the Hermit, and he's a scholar as well. He spends a lot of time by himself. More so, he's not in the public eye like the High Priestess is. So this is someone who hides themselves away, and they do a lot of studying and a lot of research and a lot of, okay. But the difference between the two, because they're basically doing the same thing. They're both seekers of knowledge. The difference is that once he comes out of his little hermit cave, he can come out and tell you exactly what's been going on with him. Okay. She may not. She may feel that if it's not pertinent to whatever the situation is, there's no need for you to, why muddy the waters? Let's put it that way. It also represents the moon. So this could be something that's occurring here tonight or over the weekend. We have the new moon in, I think, is it Libra? Or it might be Scorpio. I can't remember which one. But what I'm seeing at the top is that there's a fire sign person who has come through. And I think they're with an offer or the potential for something. And there's something maybe about this individual that you don't trust. So you're trying to tune into your wisdom. Now, I cannot help but to look at these 2 3s here. And the 2 3s to me, traditionally in tarot, speak to a third party in a situation. And maybe this is someone that you don't know about yet, but that you have had an inkling about. But nevertheless, what I'm seeing is that even though we have some disappointments here, there's still something to be built on. This 3. There's something that's, I don't know. Let me see what I'm trying to say. That a foundation has already been built. It's there and it's solid. Okay. This is about 2 people coming together with a third person to build something. And I have the star card. The star card is all about healing and hope. It's about astrology. I do have, in a sense, the moon and the stars here. It is about boundlessness and optimism, wishes and dreams coming true. And I don't understand what it's telling me about these 2 things. It could be saying that if there was a third party to come in, that you will be healing from this. I don't see this as that's a wish for anybody in a relationship situation. Unless it's saying that someone is giving thought to bringing someone else in to a situation, and it is something that after, many trials and errors and much disappointment, they finally found what they've been looking for, so to speak. But then the Hermit here, this still speaks to some type of confusion going on. Someone seeking the truth and not being able to find it. Maybe trying to ascertain if whether or not what it is that they're seeking is really real, if it can really be attainable. Maybe this is speaking to feeling that something is unattainable. And maybe this is why we have this here. But as you can see, what I think is the most beautiful line is this one here. An opportunity to build something that really will be, I think, balanced. We do have the scales there, and this represents Libra. That there is some type of stability in it, but it's going to require work. That's what the coins say. The coins say you're going to have to put in the actual work of doing something to bring about this balance. This is a strange, all of the cards have just been strange. I'm having real difficulty struggling with this. We can see that this King of Wands himself wants to build something or has started something, but like I said, there's some confusion around it. And the energy of the High Priestess and the Hermit that sit opposite this 3 of Coins, it's just a strange energy. It's like 2 people kind of working at cross purposes with each other. But I think what's interesting is that this King of Wands is faced towards the past, as if this is a past offer or a past opportunity. And there's something that he doesn't know. There's something that he doesn't trust. I'm going to go to the Sibilas on this. This is... first, let's look at what this... this is somebody having a security issue about what they're building. They're not sure about it. They're not sure about what it is that they're building. Because the foundation implies that it's something stable, something that's dependable. Maybe this is saying that there needs to be more research. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. Who's this for? Gemini? Sun, moon, and rising. Okay. This is a longing. This is some type of negotiations or conversations that obviously did not go right or well or were disappointing. And someone perhaps feeling sorrow, that thinking that the conversations have ended, that there can be no more negotiations, and perhaps longing for a release. And the release could be coming back together and negotiating something. That's what that 3 is talking about as well. That 3 of Pentacles. And maybe the Star card is coming out to say that you will have a second opportunity to do that. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the 7 of Cups. Because sometimes I've seen the High Priestess mean that a positive answer or a certain answer can't be given yet. But she sits at the top here. And what we end up with, the exit card, is this 6 of Pentacles. So there's an implication that there's a balance in this, and there's a fairness in this in one respect. This could be somebody with 2 options, and they're not exactly sure which option to go with. Yeah, that's kind of what it's saying. I have the Donna Maritata. This is either respect, listen, respect for a married woman, okay? Or someone who has a capabilities of being very, very nurturing. I have news from afar. This is what the Messaggere says, that there's some news coming in from afar. Dileranti. Now, dileranti could be stupid actions and stupid behaviors. Okay, maybe this is the confusion. Or it could be something that perhaps makes you feel very good, that still confuses you. Not knowing what to do. Having so many options that you don't know, so many choices, you don't know what to do. Let's take a look at what the Hermit is trying to say. Because these two sitting across from each other with this 3 in the center, you know, it could be that the cards are saying that 2 people, that the 2 of them coming together can, I don't know, that they've already built something in their own way. They each have something to contribute in their own way, but the coming together makes it more solid. But obviously there's trust issues here. Let's see what the Hermit is saying. A meeting or job interview that either went up in flames or that was completely unexpected, because it's the Tower card. And a male lover, l'amante, requited love. Even though we have this disgrazia, a complete misfortune, there's still something there. Remember, I was saying that. I was saying that it's kind of like there's still something to be built upon. Let's see what the Fool card is telling us, because the High Priestess is kind of leaving it up in the air. how this is going to go. Maybe I should look at the star card. I don't know. Because this is definitely a new beginning. An opportunity to start fresh and anew. But it requires a leap of faith. It requires not being afraid of the unknown. Okay, it's kind of like a baby, a toddler, when it gets up and starts walking and it doesn't know not to put hairpins into sockets or touch hot things. You know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody who's getting up and doing things and not exactly sure what they're doing, but that doesn't stop them from doing whatever it is that they want to do. It's that kind of energy. You know, so I don't know if the dog on the Fool card is going, yeah, let's just go for it, or wait a minute, you're about to step off. It's one of those kinds of things. And now that I'm looking at that Fool card in that particular way, that message has come across to me. In a sense, the High Priestess and the Star card kind of make a little bit of sense to me. It's kind of like knowing a little bit, not knowing all that you need to know, but nevertheless having the faith that it's going to turn out all right. So I still don't understand now what this means. So maybe I should look at that instead. It kind of cleared up some things for me. I don't know if it confused you, but it kind of cleared up some things for me in this spread. Exactly. This is about, someone realizing perhaps that they have met exactly the person they need in order to get the balance they've been looking for. That maybe they have, after searching and asking questions, the clarity has finally come to them that in the past they've been giving away more than they should have. They've been focused and concentrated on something or someone that has done nothing but taken from them. This could be purely in a financial sense, but also in the sense of the things that have been done for the person. And because he has on red, it was done out of love and passion. But now there's a clarity of thought. You see, he's got on a red hat, and this Fool has a red feather. And that's kind of like a clarity of thought. Finally, the engines are all firing. So now what that King of Wands, I'm not going to say that this might necessarily be a fire sign individual. I would think perhaps maybe 80% yes, but it could just speak to, you see the fire here? It could speak to someone's desire to do something and not being quite sure yet what it's all about. Look, that's all I can give you. I hope that helped Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And until next time, namaste.